Alright, so I know that I promised these a number of weeks ago, but I just now got access to a document camera, so this is when you're getting them. This is mostly made for my students and former students for review, but if you're new here or haven't heard of me before, I'm Mr. Beeler. I teach high school math. I just wanted to make these as sort of a review for students to look back on if they need help with something, or former students to look back on if they need a refresher. They're going to be super informal and pretty quick, but let's just dive right in. So the first thing I wanted to go over is one of the first things you need in order to do algebra, which is knowing how to combine like terms. Put simply, I'll just write an expression. We'll do 3x plus 10y minus 7x plus 3y minus 6. Put simply, terms are just anything separated by a plus sign or a minus sign. So these would be all of your terms. In between them, you have plus, minus, doesn't matter the order. They're just separated by a plus sign or a minus sign. Now, like terms, in order for two things to be like terms, they have to have the same variables. They have to have the same variable or variables. And those same variables have to have the same power. So, in this case, they're all to the power of 1, so we can combine anything that has the same variable. But next example, I'm going to give you one with power of 2, just so you can kind of see. So, the first thing you want to do, or the first thing I do, is underline everything with, I start from left to right, and underline everything that has the same variable as my first term. So I start with 3x, and I have a minus 7x. Now I'm not going to go over like the very basics of algebra, like adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers, integers. So don't expect that. I just want to go over very basically what each thing is and how to perform it algebraically. By the same token, I'm not going to be going over how to solve word problems. Pretty much just concerned with the strict math here. But we have a 3x minus 7x, so what we can do is we can add our coefficients. The coefficient is the number in front of that variable. So 3 minus 7, that would be negative 4. And then you keep your variable, so it's negative 4x. So we're done with all of our x's. Now I have a 10y plus a 3y. So again, add my coefficients. 10 plus 3 is 13. Keep your variable of y. So done with that one, done with that one, done with that one, and now we just have a minus 6. So what we have to do is bring it down, and then we're done. It's a pretty simple concept, but most people get confused with things having to have the same variables and the same power, especially when you bring multiplication into it. And I'm going to do one without multiplication, and then we'll do one where you do have to sort of do stuff first. I'm going to do 5x squared minus 6x squared plus 7x minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 9. I could go on doing this for days. So again, I like to start from left to right. Our first term has an x squared, so we have to find every other term that has an x squared. We have negative 6x squared and negative 3x squared. So 5 minus 6 is negative 1, minus 3 would give us a coefficient of negative 4, keep our x and keep our power, so x squared. Next thing that we haven't underlined yet is 7x. And we also have a 2x. We don't have anything else with just an x to the first power attached. So we have 7x plus 2x. 7 plus 2 is 9. So that'll be our coefficient. and keep our x. And then the last thing we have is a constant, so we have -9 right here, and we can just bring it down. So combining like terms is conceptually simple. It's really not too bad, in my opinion, at least. But I want to do one real quick where there are a few more steps. So I'm just going to separate it with a line. I should have done that before. Like I said, this is really informal, and yeah. So we're gonna, let's do this one. 3 times x squared minus 5 plus 2x plus 16 minus 9x squared. Okay, so whenever you see something like this, the first thing you have to do is go through your order of operations and basically expand it before you simplify. So what we would do is we would use the distributive property. For those of you that don't remember the distributive property, whenever you have something outside, you have to distribute it to everything inside, while also keeping the signs. So because this is positive 3 times x squared is 3x squared. The 3 times -5 is -15, and then we bring down everything else like normal. Alright, so again, I like working from left to right, so I have 3x squared, and I look for everything else with an x squared. Got -9x squared. 3x squared minus 9x squared is -6x squared. Have a constant of -15, and then I just look for my other constants. I have positive 16, -15 plus 16 is a positive 1, so I'm going to put that over to the side. And then I have a 2x there, and that's the only thing with a variable of x to the power of 1. So I can just bring that down. And your final answer should be -6x squared plus 2x plus 1. Hopefully this helped as a refresher. Hopefully if you didn't understand it before, maybe you do now. If you need any more help, I'll be doing a couple more videos today. I'm probably going to stick with algebra for today and push out some geometry ones some point in the near future. Yeah, hope you guys have a great day.